I'm not really sure anybody's really held on to you at the hard moments. Would that be accurate? I mean, the real hard moments. Yeah. See, I see that part of you. Just close your eyes for me. Know I'm gonna hold you. I'm not gonna let you go. I'm not gonna compromise your dignity. And whatever you say to me, I promise you, I'm not gonna use it against you. I'm not gonna use it against you. What scares me the most is
not being loved.
Wow, that's deep. That was a clip from Iyanla Fix My Life, and we're back with more with Iyanla Vanzant.
Yeah.
So how did you come up with the concept for this show, and did you have any idea it would be such a huge hit?
No, I didn't come up with the concept, actually. And we originally thought it was going to be a studio show. We really did. This kind of unfolded, but that's what happens when you have a clear vision. We didn't know what it was going to be, but we knew what it was going to do. We knew that it would help people. We knew it would answer questions. We knew that we would be looking at ways to help people be better people. That's what we knew. We just didn't know how to do it. And so we started it as a studio show, and then decided that we would also go out into the world and meet people where we are. So my first show, Brenda and Bernetta and Miss Corrine, we went to their house and then brought them back in the studio because, again, we thought it was going to be a studio show. And then when we focus grouped it, people said, oh, no, we don't want it in the studio. We want it out there in the world. So that's how it was born.
And now it's become one of OWN's flagship shows.
Yes.
It's become huge. Did you really get a sense when you were doing that first show, like, oh my gosh, we're on to something, people are gonna love this?
You know what, when you're on spiritual purpose, you don't think like that. You know? So it wasn't people are gonna love this. It's like, okay, what's the other thing that we gotta deal with that people wanna know about? You know, because our measurement of success, at least for me and the team that does Fix My Life, our measurement of success is not, are the critics gonna like it, or are people gonna like it? Our measurement of success is, what's the lesson we're teaching? What's the broadest lesson? Are we giving people information they need to heal? So that's how we think of it.
Well, people are definitely loving it. Why do you think it has resonated so well with audiences?
Because we have the, what's another word for cojones?
Well,
The goal, the nerve,
We have the
audacity.
You know what?
the moxie.
Yes, the
There you go.
We are holy and bold enough to talk about stuff on television that people talk about at the kitchen table.
And you do have the difficult conversations.
Yeah, it's very hard.
And Evelyn's not the only person you've brought to tears. You've
No,
brought
no.
big grown men to tears. Men like DMX, men like Terrell Owens. Why do you think they're willing to bear all to you?
Well, I don't know if they're willing, but if you pour enough love on something, love creates the healing. And so that's really what I do. I love people enough to tell the truth. I love them enough to ask the hard questions. It's always interesting to me when people say, oh, you're so harsh, and you're so hard, and you're so mean. I said, we've been nice to each other for a long time, and we're dying. And we're killing each other. So it's not my intention to be harsh or hard, but I have to ask the hard questions, and I don't have to smile when I'm doing it. Because your grandmother really didn't care about whether or not you thought she was mean, did she?
No, she
Just
did
want to
not.
set your butt straight.
That's right. And you didn't dare say to her, you don't mean, as you trying to keep me from killing myself. You know?
Well, since you have interviewed so many celebrities, do you think that celebrities are more damaged or hurt, have more difficult lives than non-celebrities? And can you really be famous and balanced?
Yeah.
You can?
Oh,
Yeah, well, but
You've had a lot of work as well,
no,
though.
yeah, but I do my work.
Yes.
That's the distinction. I do my work. You know, like I said, I was up at 5:40 this morning doing my work so that I can come out and work in the world. The reason that we do public people, you call them celebrities, I call them public people, is because many of them have the issues that so many other people have. But those people would never pay attention to John out of the projects or Mimi off of Broadway. But because it's a public person, they'll watch. That's why we do public people. Nobody is immune. We're all in the same boat. We just got different size paddles. So that's why we do public people, to get the everyday person to watch, because we live in a society that loves salacious gossip.
Yes, that's indeed
So,
true.
but I can use that as a lesson and a blessing, not just, you know, to put people's stuff out there.
Many times other people are suffering the same problems that the celebrities have to go through.
Terrell Owens, fatherless son. Evelyn Lozada, daddyless daughter. DMX, struggling with addictions, and everybody just sits around and acts like it's okay that he suffered. Maya Campbell, mental illness. The Pace family, an entire family of overweight people who look at each other each day and say, pass the biscuit. You know, these are problems that we have all over this country. But when public people have them, the people think that they're really watching the public person when they're looking at their own issue.
Fatherless families is a huge topic that you've been dealing with lately. Why have you chosen to focus on that topic? And how damaging
Because
is the lack of a father?
I see the pain that it causes. My son was a fatherless son. My brother, cross-addicted to drugs and alcohol from the time that he was 16 until the day he died of a drug overdose at 49. Fatherless son. And his father was in his life. My father was in my life. And so when I just see the way men are suffering, when I look at the number of particularly African American and Latino men who are incarcerated, brilliant minds, incarcerated because they didn't have the guidance and the direction. When I go to the reservation and I see my family there, the young men who are now getting into drugs and alcohol and gambling because their fathers are off or gone. Huge problem. And when we think about Creator, and whether you call it God, Jehovah, Buddha, and we think of it as the masculine energy, Father, imagine where we'd be without God.
Wow.
Imagine where we'd be.
So what is your advice to people who have grown up in a fatherless home or going through situations and even emotional, physical, every type of situation because it stemmed from a fatherless home? What's your advice? To focus on God?
Breathe.
It always starts with breathe, doesn't it? She's like, you gotta breathe.
You gotta breathe. You gotta train that puppy mind. You gotta forgive.
Forgive.
And make another choice.
But even after all that, if you have that loss, if you haven't had that nurturing, the love, how do you find it? Because a lot of people are finding it in the wrong places because of that.
But you can fill it up. You can fill the empty space with love once you forgive the judgments and the beliefs and the thinking.
And you also have to forgive yourself because a number of people think daddy left because I did something wrong.
Absolutely. My father was in my life and I was a daddyless daughter. My father was there. And I was daddyless. And it wasn't until I really understood that I was able to forgive myself for believing it should have been any different. Forgive myself for wasting my energy being angry at him. Forgive myself for being ungrateful for the life that he gave me. And forgive myself, and then I no longer was angry at him.
Wow. All right.
Okay, let's shift gears.
Okay.
You were born September 13th. Virgo power.
Virgo, hey.
Guess who else is a Virgo born on September 13th? Me.
Are you really?
Cancer
I learned how to twerk today.
You did?
Yes.
Can
Do
you
mind
show
showing us?
No,
Come on. You can't just bring up that type of topic on this show. Come on, just a little bit. You can do it in your chair.
It's geriatric twerking.
I like
Okay,
it.
well,
Let's
Want
see
me to show
it.
you?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Please.
Okay. People are going to be shocked that Iyanla Vanzant, the spiritual
Let's
life
do
coach.
it.
I didn't even know anything about it. All right.
Okay.
So this is what I learned.
Okay.
I learned, first of all, you got to face backwards.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah?
And you have to have the appropriate level of space between your legs.
Right.
Okay.
Now, this is good for geriatric people like myself because this is how you build your thigh muscle.
Yeah, quads.
Then
It's a
you have
workout.
to drop it like it's hot.
Okay, stay on stage. Right, okay.
Now, when the geriatric, you can't connect it. So you just want to get one good move. So you get it up.
Oh, okay.
Get that arch right there.
Okay.
That's it.
All
And
right.
you just stay there. See, I'm building my thigh muscle. This is good. This is geriatric twerk.
I love it.
Now tomorrow I'll go this way.
Oh, okay. Baby steps.
Space it out over the week.
Now you made sure you breathe in there, right?
I was
You're
breathing. I never heard tell her no such thing like that. I never heard tell her that.
Twerking.
See,
we
when
gotta
I
hook you
grew
with
up, it
Miley
was
so
just
she can teach you how to twerk and you can fix her life.
Miley has nothing
nothing
on Iyanla.
Okay,
That's what
because
I'm
see,
talking
I grew
about.
up doing that, but it was just called being nasty. Now it got a name. I'm gonna learn how to build my thigh muscles.
While we're on the subject of you growing
Twerking?
up, twerking, no, twerking.
Oh, God.
You were twerking in Brooklyn.
Yeah, I was twerking in Brooklyn.
You were
Blue Blue lights in the basement. Mhm.
Watch out.
Stay in my corner.
I love it. Stay in my corner. I know. But
Function after junction.
I like that. You're taking us back now.
Yeah,
You're taking us back.
that's too far, right?
Now you're telling on yourself.
I went back too far.
oh, you've made my day. Okay. Well, before you were Iyanla, you were Rhonda Eva Harris.
Yes.
How did you come across the name Iyanla?
I was named when I was first initiated as a Yoruba priestess.
Okay.
Your name is your nature. The name educates your spirit every time it's called about who you are and what you've come to do. You know, and as African people particularly, our names are so meaningful. Mm-hmm. You know, twins have certain names, and the child born after a miscarriage has a certain name, so that you can educate your spirit. I was no longer Rhonda. Rhonda was born into sorrow and suffering. Rhonda was disconnected. Rhonda carried a pathology in her being, in her body, that didn't serve her highest and greatest good. So when I was initiated into the Yoruba tradition, they gave me a name. I had a name change. You know, whenever you go through a spiritual rite, your name will change. And then how was I going to be presented into the world? Now, Rhonda happens to mean great mother, beautiful mother. Iyanla means great mother.
Great.
And it is in alignment with my purpose as a teacher and a minister and a coach, because that's what all mothers do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you talk about some of the suffering that Rhonda had to go through, and in your life, you've endured several, tragedies over the years. Early in the 2000s, where it's particularly tough for you. Your show ended, your daughter passed away, your marriage ended, you lost your home to foreclosure. How did you get through those difficult times? What strategies did you use besides breathing? I know you're about to give it to me. Besides that, how did you really overcome those hurdles?
The great mother, Iyanla, finds a way to turn tragedy into a lesson. I think the hardest thing of all of them was losing my daughter, because she was my best friend. You know, she was just my best friend. She built my ministry. She taught me how to dress. She taught me not to mix my metals, you know? So that was hard. And I'm a mom. I'm just a mom at heart. That's why I do what I do, because I'm taking care of people all the time. And I think what sustained me really was my daily spiritual practice and my relationship with my Creator and my ancestors, but my relationship with my Creator. So I never stop asking why. Why'd she die? Why'd he leave? Why? Tell me why, tell me why. I'ma love you, but tell me why. I have faith in you, but tell me why. I'ma trust you, but tell me why. Until the faith and the love and the trust became greater than the answer to the why. And it just happened gradually as a result of my daily relationship with my Creator. Not religion, but my relationship.
One of the relationships that was important for you to mend was your relationship with Oprah Winfrey. Thank
Yes.
God you did that. Why was that important for you to fix? And what role did forgiveness play in mending that relationship?
Well, the relationship for me had been healed long before, and let's be clear, when I say fix, I'm talking about restore, renew, rejuvenate, to recreate for purposes that it was originally intended. That's what fix means in my mind. But I was healed of that relationship long before we did the show. And forgiveness in that relationship was about me. I had to forgive myself for not being able to see the gift. I had to forgive myself for being unable to accept my worthiness to have the gift that she had first given me, which was exposure to the world. Oprah Winfrey taught people how to say my name, you know? So I had to forgive myself. I had to forgive myself for falling out of relationship with my Creator and not understanding the purpose of my relationship with Oprah. I had to forgive myself. So the forgiveness was for me. And that took me probably about 3 or 4 years to really get down in it. And I didn't speak to her for 11.
Wow.
Wow.
So by the time it got to be on television, that wasn't about the healing or forgiveness. That was about demonstrating to the world how to have a hard conversation. That wasn't rehearsed, that wasn't practiced. I mean, you know, we went at it.
Yeah.
And now everyone can follow your same footsteps in your new book, Forgiveness.
Forgiveness.
Besides promoting this, what are you up to next?
haven't got it twerking. I'm going to master the art of geriatric twerking.
Okay.
And then forgive myself for it.
Okay, well, on that note, I'm going to get up. I'm going to help twerk with you. And we're going to go to break. Show me the twerking as we go to break here.
All right, don't forget now.
Okay.
You gotta turn backwards.
Okay, turn backwards.
Go, okay.
Get the adequate amount of space.
There we go.
Right.
Drop it like it's hot.
Drop it like it's hot.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
And then get it up.
Get up,
Go.
butt out.
That's it. That's
Okay.
it. That's all you need to do.
Yeah.
Okay, now tomorrow we'll bring it in.
Yeah.
Bring it in.
Bring it
Okay. We'll work on that. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Fantastic.
All right, that's all the time we have. We'll have you back, I'm sure, real soon.
Anytime.
All right.
Iyanla,
Anytime.
thank you so much.
Thank you, my
This was
love.
a blessing. Thank you, thank you, thank
Good.
you.
And you're watching Arise Entertainment 360.